Hey y'all. I know I sound like Miss Johnny right there, but y'all know who it is. It's Coach Johnson back today with another one. Y'all look, I got this special guest coming on today, and this special guest, me and her go way back. I don't want to say way back, but y'all know we go way back. I had her when I first started and mentoring the basketball changing lives. She was one of my coaches as well, and she taught me some things as well. But I just want to say, how everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? I see everybody in the chat. What's up, Bree? What's up, Spill? What's up, Donovan? What's up, Marquay? How's everybody day been going? Week so far? I know it's Wednesday. We trying to get out of here. Friday coming up. I got finals coming tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. So y'all know how that's ready to be. That's going to be a little busy weekend for me. But how's everybody else doing this weekend? I mean, this week. What's up, Naeem? What's up, Bree? And everybody else is coming in today. And also, I'm going to, I'm just go ahead and just introduce our special guest real quick. Introduce our special guest because, like, it's been getting to me all day. But listen, y'all, our special guest, I'm gonna call her Coach Barksdale. Well, Coach Bree. But listen, y'all, Coach Bree has basically taught me a lot when I first started my business. What else can I say about Coach Bree? Like, she was like the overseer basically in like basketball for the females for me. Like it was some things where I didn't understand. It was like some female things where I didn't even understand. And Coach Bree was always there to basically like let me know, oh no, this is how you're supposed to do it. This is the way you're supposed to work it out. So Coach Bree, she's coming on today. I just can't wait for Coach Bree to come on. Like, what's up? What's up? What's up? Coach Bree, how you feeling? How you feeling? I think you're on mute, Coach Bree.
How's everybody doing today?
We doing good. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. I'm so grateful that you thought of me. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. I was actually just looking over a few notes to make sure I cover just whatever questions anyone might have.
Right.
Um, Coach Johnson and I, hey Donovan, how you doing? Coach Johnson and I, hey Kamari, we will go back like maybe like 2 years ago. I was actually
Mm-hmm.
doing my internship for Heart Smiles, and Joni put us together, and it was a great combination because we got to really dissect and dive into girls basketball, which is something that I'm very very passionate about. So, just to kind of get started about me, I'll get. Did you have some questions for me first, or
No,
you
definitely
just
go
want?
ahead. Definitely go ahead and introduce yourself.
Right. So my name is Coach Bree. My full name is Briera Barksdale. Is at the bottom of the page. I have a program called Girls Getting Better. I'm very passionate about basketball. I've been playing basketball since I was about 8 years old. I played basketball on a youth level. I went to middle school. I had success in middle school. Going to Golden Ring Middle School, we were like probably one of the most prominent teams there that has ever been there. I say that to say because it's their 50-year anniversary, and I'm so passionate about female basketball in particular that I had to kind of reiterate the fact that our banner wasn't up, and we need to get that back up. Just because you know everything is about perception. A lot of the stuff in life we perceive things differently. We have the opportunity to look at different opportunities and dissect them ourselves. And I think girls walking inside of a gym and seeing that there was once a championship here is always good for like their confidence and just, being able to be like, okay, this is a sport that I want to play. This is something that I want to do. So I just thought that background story was cool because I'm such a big advocate for girls basketball in general. And just from the chat, how many girls basketball players do we have in here, if we have any?
Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of
Basketball
basketball
player.
here,
Okay, but
but
we
I
have
know I know some people here that know how to play basketball. Like, so
okay.
yeah, yeah.
So we have any boys that play basketball in here? Anybody? Any boys play basketball?
Yeah, any boys to play basketball, don't come
Not me.
light it up in
Boys,
the chat.
definitely not me.
And while we lighting it up in the chat as well, thank you, Coach Bree, for coming on today. I really appreciate that. It was definitely good. It's definitely good to catch up today. So I got a lot of questions for you.
For sure.
Yeah. But right now I'm in college. I just been living college, like doing these
How is
finals
the
coming up.
college life?
Yeah, it's college. Like it's
Yeah.
college. I can say that. I definitely invested myself into keep doing basketball here. So I'm the girls basketball manager for my school.
That's amazing.
Shawan women's basketball as well. So we had a game yesterday. We played now we played ranked number 17 team in Division 2. So we took that loss. Well, we gonna basically make it up. We 3-3, and then we 3-2 in
Okay.
the conference as well. So we having a good season so far. But definitely. I'm still in the basketball, still doing a college. Finally come home this weekend for winter break, so I'm definitely excited about that. See all my family and friends. That's one big
Yeah.
thing I'm looking forward to. So yeah,
Yeah.
everything's been good with me.
That's good because like that can transition into something big. You
Hmm.
know, being having that on your resume. Okay, I work with elementary, middle school girls. Now I'm
Hmm.
transitioning to the collegiate level. Now, I think that it would be important for you to start looking at, some WNBA teams in the area just to be like, okay, so can I come work some basketball camps this summer?
Hmm.
Just so you can start getting yourself in the door with that for the basketball operations, since it seemed like something that you might be passionate about and staying
Yeah.
around that. I know definitely the Washington Mystics and Washington Wizards, they'll start actually recruiting people like yourself, and they want college students that are home for the summer, that are
Mm.
committed, that are passionate about youth basketball in general. Doesn't necessarily mean
Right.
girls or boys basketball, but I think that's something that you definitely should look into for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely look into if you got any links, anything, definitely send them my way as well too.
Okay.
But I got this. Mara said something in the comments, and
Okay.
I always thought college was much easier than high school. One, it's not. You can keep it 100% with you. It's not.
No.
Don't
No.
don't don't sign up for college. Think you're gonna come to college and it's gonna be easy in high school. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would say it's harder, especially if you're living on college campus. And this is
Yeah.
not this is not our topic today, guys. We definitely got a topic to talk about. But this for this question. It's kind of I would say it's harder because you have your college work. It's like once you're in high school from you in that building from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and then you go home. And then when you go home, you got your mom, your dad, grandma, uncle, whatever you got. College, you got a class at 8 probably, and then you probably got a class at like 12, and then you probably got a class at like 3. But in those periods of times, you get to go back to your room, you get to go to sleep, take a nap, you get to go eat, you get to do whatever you want on your own. But you still had to keep that time management and still had to keep that homework for each class, studying, and then finals coming up too. So and it also depends on your major as well. I do criminal justice, so my major is kind of it's iffy. Like I want to say it's easy, but it's definitely not. It's like it's not as hard as I thought it would be. If that makes
Mhm.
any sense. So definitely depends on your major, but I would say it's more. It's more disciplined when you come into college than when you're in high school. Because you're in high school, you're in the
Yeah.
building.
I think
When
Mar
you're in
I think
college.
Mara hit it on the nose. Like it's more of a time management thing.
Hmm.
What are you going what how are you going to maximize your time in college? And I say this,
Right.
I tell this to a lot of people, high school students that's transitioning to college. Like you don't want to just go to college, right? And just go to class and, come back to your dorm. You want to be engaged. You always want to
Right.
be engaged in college, doing whatever that interests you.
Right.
You
Right.
don't
Right.
have any. You don't have anyone over your back. You don't have people checking to see if you done your homework, checking to see if you even went to class. Unless you're a student athlete, you really don't have any real responsibility. I mean, any real like overhead.
Right.
You
And
pretty
even
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would say that your overhead ultimately is your financial aid, because you're going to be thinking to yourself, do do I really want to repeat this class over again? Do I really have time to waste to fail or to miss an assignment, because that essentially costs. You're going to have to take that class again. You're going to have to and time. You waste time, money, and then I think that's kind of where it goes when you're
Yeah.
talking about college. But you definitely want to do Kamari Moses Cameron.
That's
Is it
Camry. That's Camry.
Cameron? Camry and Mar. I kind of put y'all together. I apologize.
Yeah, that's
Um,
Cam.
but community work, yeah, getting on the campus and doing some community work, getting into a club, just engaging with different type of studies. You might be like he might be in criminal justice,
Right.
right? But he might you might have a friend that's in sport management, right?
I
And
do.
y'all may collide and do something like, hey, I think it'd be cool if we could, have like the police security officers versus the students to bring, a more like softer awareness of having a better relationship together. And then now you have an event with what your major is and the other management major is. You know what I'm saying? So
Correct.
it's
Correct.
just like
Yeah.
so many different things you can do, and doing those things and being engaged and being active in college, it kind of it eases the pressure on what you'll actually transition into after college. So for me, I knew I wanted to coach. I knew I wanted to be in basketball in general, right?
Okay.
So for me, I started to do I started working with an AAU team in Tennessee. So I would work with this AAU team. I would never forget. I hosted a skills clinic. I never forget. It was my first skills clinic. It was in what was it, East Tennessee, Johnson City, Tennessee.
Mm.
And I was like promoting, and I was like, I made my flyers. I had my teammates. They was coming out and helping me. Can anybody guess how many kids showed up? Can you guess in the chat?
Probably
Anybody?
like I'll probably say like, well, like 10.
10? Two kids showed up. Two
See, I wanted
kids.
to say two. Okay.
Yeah. So two kids showed up, but for me it was yeah, Moses, yeah. So for me it was a learning lesson because I had to go back to the drawing board and see like how should I market this? Like why didn't kids show up,
Hmm.
But at the same time, I was awarded the opportunity to work for this organization that allowed me to have my own team and then allowed me to train kids and make a few extra dollars as I because they were on my team, and then other players was coming from out of everywhere and just basically just wanting to get some extra skill development. So I say all that to say is that like when I was starting my career as far as basketball, it was not an easy transition, but I started to focus on my passion when I was in college, and that awarded me an opportunity to come out of college and my first job in corporate America being with the Atlanta Hawks. So I got to work in the NBA team like that was my first real job coming out of college. But again, I did the legwork, I did the footwork, I did the working for free, I did the volunteering, driving hours away and not getting paid gas. Like I did those things, and the reward for that was I got to work for an NBA team. I got to be around NBA players all the time. I got get free gear. I started to get free gear, so I didn't have to buy clothes anymore because your job was going to provide you with clothes and sneakers and just different opportunities. I've gotten a chance to meet a lot of different prominent basketball players
Mm.
in my time there, and it's just been a great experience for me. So I know we want to kind of talk about college, right?
Yeah,
And
we're
the
gonna talk about college and how to overcome adversities.
okay, so I know that so when we're talking about college and adversity, are we how many people in here? I just want to gauge the room. How many people in here play sports at
Right.
all?
Yeah. Yeah. Good question. Good question. Good question. Good
Can we
question.
talk about that in the chat?
Yeah, sports, because yeah, student athletes are very important, especially in college. Once you're in
Mhm.
college, like NCAA ain't no joke. Like once you're in
Mhm.
NCAA, like you're in a contract now. You're kind of being watched. So any student athletes in there, definitely let us know in the chat so we can basically tell you how like the recruitment process and everything as well.
Okay. So, not getting a lot of feedback about how many people are in to sports, but just following up what Coach Johnson is saying.
Hmm.
So the NCAA. So what is the NCAA, right?
Right.
So let me see if I have. Can I share my screen? Hold on.
Can you? Let's
I'm,
see if you can share it.
let's see, because I know that I'm not that like computer savvy. Okay, wait.
Do you see it where it says share screen?
No, where is it at? Where is it at? At
You got to
the
be
bottom.
outside of the full screen, and it's right beside
Mhm.
your camera. Yep, there you go. It says share screen.
Oh, okay. Here you go. All right. Let me make
Awesome,
sure I got it. I want to make sure. All right. That's cool.
awesome, y'all. Awesome. Yeah, y'all. Because listen, like I said, like me, I'm in NCAA, and this is my sophomore year. First year I did cross country. The second year I did cross country. Third year I gotta basically see what I couldn't do. But probably doing managing basketball is probably gonna be the thing I'm gonna stay at because I like managing the basketball team. I'm gonna try to do. It's kind of impossible to do the girls and the boys, but it's like it's not impossible, but that'd be a lot of my time being taken up because the girls and boys practice at the same time, and the girls and boys play the games at like the same day, stuff like that. So definitely, if you guys like looking forward to like doing any type of sports or just want to do sports, definitely like hit me up, hit Coach Bree up about that. We could definitely help you out with the sports as well. Okay,
Okay.
your screen is shared.
Okay. So, all right. Can we see this NCAA
Yep.
like content stuff? Okay. So, just going. I actually found this in some of my notes. I actually was able and actually, I'm giving you all, I'm dropping all the jewels on you, okay? So when we get off of
Good.
here, right? Because I want you to go to this event as well. Every year, the NCAA puts on a NCAA Career in Sports Forum, right? So
Okay.
this is only for college students, and what they
Awesome.
do is they pick probably between like 2 to 4 college students from each school to fly to Indiana. Is completely free. They pay for everything. They pick for students, and it's not like you have to be a student athlete. I think you all have to be a part of SAC, like the Student Athletic
Yeah, I am.
Association.
I'm a state
Okay,
representative for my school. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, so they'll be sending this out soon. So wait to like January, they'll be sending this out. So
Okay.
the
Cool.
NCAA had this career in sports forum, and basically what they do is they fly everybody into Indiana, and they have this like they break every like when I was going, it was probably like 300 of us. They probably have it now at like capping it at 500.
Oh, Coach, where
So
you kind of breaking up? Say it again. We can't hear you a little
okay,
bit.
hold on, let me stop sharing my screen right as of right now. So can you hear me
Uh,
now?
we can't hear you,
Do you
but like
hear?
you frozen. You frozen, and I
I'm
don't want none of my
frozen.
people on here to screenshot you. You know what I mean? Because my people's they fast with the screenshots. Like they
Okay,
fast.
what I'm screenshotting my lips chat. Like I'm still cute, right?
Yeah, you still good. You still good. You
All
still good. You
right,
back now. You
all
back.
right, bet. Okay, cool. All right, bet. So the Career in Sports Conference, they're gonna have about 500 student athletes or student in general, and what they do is they talk to you about different sports jobs, what you can do in sports, being in the athletic department, being a basketball manager, being in compliance. What does compliance with sports look like? Being a part of SWAC, which is I think it's like, don't get me the line. It's like basically it's like women association. Okay, so SWAC is like basically women in sports, um, managing sports, something like that. Don't get me the line. That's not all the way correct. I hope that's on the
Okay.
record. That's on the record that that's not all the way correct. But
Okay.
the NCAA form is very, very important for
Hmm.
people like yourself that's really passionate about sports and want to continue in this industry. I think that's something that you definitely should look into. And I really I believe that your school should be giving y'all some more information about it sometime soon. But if they are not, definitely go to your athletic department and just speak on it, and they should have some information for you.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I would definitely, bring that down to my athletic director as well. See,
yeah,
y'all, look, it's a
so
lot of opportunities. It's a lot of opportunities in the NCAA in sports. So when you
yes,
come to college, don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself to that dorm room. Definitely get involved.
get
Um, you
involved.
know, definitely get involved. It's a lot of like it's like a lot of clubs. Like you don't have to just do sports. You can do something inside your major. Like if
Right.
you want to do sports management, you guys can probably have like a sports management club. I really don't know too much about the sports management clubs, but it's like sports management, criminal justice. We got a CJ club, history club,
Mhm.
robotics club. We got English club, like any clubs you can think of. My school got it. So
Yeah.
definitely don't limit yourself to them dorm rooms because you definitely like that's where you can put yourself in them four walls. I know me, I couldn't do them four walls in my Parker Hall was my freshman hall, and I just couldn't do that. So definitely had to get myself outside. Definitely get myself into some things so I can actually enjoy my college life. Have fun.
Right. And then another part about sports is it's like this industry is so complex, but not really. You
Hmm.
can literally come in and do what you want to do and make it your own. So I just want to kind of broaden your mind a little bit. I'm about to start calling people out because once I've already asked like a bunch of questions, nobody's answering me in the text. But I love the hearts because I that means that y'all are listening, and I love that.
Right.
Um, so if you could work in sports, right, what would you do? Like, think about your passion now,
Okay.
right? Maybe you do hair. Maybe you do fashion. Um, maybe you are good at marketing. What do you think? How do you think your passion in sports? How do you think you can like put those together?
Right.
Uh,
Right. I
so the
mean,
first person
and
that I'm calling on is Miss Moses, because you've been Miss Moses. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from Asia.
Gemma said
Uh,
we making her want to do sports. Yeah, Gemma.
it's
Hey,
so fun. Like
come on,
Gemma,
do
I'm
it,
working on.
Gemma.
Yes, Gemma, I'm working on a all women's money tournament, right? And I felt like with my women's money tournament, I wanted to like bring some spunk to it. Like, how could I do that? So I was like, I love fashion. So with the women's money tournament, what I want to do ultimately is to basically pull from each team, right? Each team will have like 10 to 12 players. So my goal is to pull like 3 players from each team to then do a fashion show within the money tournament. Like, so whether that be before the money tournament, there's a fashion show, or like after the money tournament, there'd be a fashion show. But you would be surprised how many girls or females in general love the game, right? But they also love the opportunity for them to be beautiful, to feel beautiful, to get dressed up, to be pretty. I mean, I know my outfit is not like the best today, but I really do. I love fashion. I love dressing up. I love looking nice, and it's not like that perception of women in sports sometimes get lost because people look at basketball players as a dominant sport, and like girls shouldn't be playing that XYZ. But really, the game has evolved into a very beautiful, pretty, like it's like girls like get their lashes done, they get their nails done now. Like when I was growing up, not so much, but now this the game is kind of changing, and you can see the beauty in the sports come out of these women athletes, and it's just like cool to see because now that the NCAA has managed the whole NIL, which is like hold on, give me a second.
And real quick, while I see Gemma, I see a lot of people in the chat talking when they want to do like sports medicine and stuff like that. That is definitely something good as well. I know, like I'm the basketball manager for my team, so when we have like home games, or even we have like away games, it's like the bench of the girls and the coaches, 2 coaches. I sit right behind the coaches, and then like the 2 athletic trainers sit beside me, and we be having conversations. It's just basically they be teaching me some stuff like that. I was taught how to like pre-roll, pre-wrap girls, give them
Uh
therapy,
huh.
Tiger Balm on their legs. I just learned out what Tiger Balm actually was like 2 practices ago. And I was like, what is Tiger Balm? biofreeze. So
Yep.
definitely sports medicine is definitely something you want to get invested to. And there's a lot of money into that as well because you're helping injured players as well. You can basically you determine if the players want to get back in the game or not. So definitely, if you want to do sports medicine, definitely look more into it. Gemma was like, my mom never let me do sports because she wanted me to get hurt. Well, I understand that facts because my mom didn't want me to play football because she wanted me to get hurt. But it's all like basically like what you how you feel like what sport you want to play and like how much contact it is. Basketball, I would say they say basketball is a contact sport, but I would say it is a contact sport, but it's like it's very rare you get injured in basketball. Like
Right.
if you get injured in basketball, you was either doing something you was supposed to be doing, or you was out there scoring 30 points a game, and this one person was like, "Yeah, look, you got to stop that." Like basketball is really iffy about that. Football, yes, football you definitely you can get injured a lot. Concussions, you can take ACL. I've seen a lot of people tore the ACL this season in bad football. But basketball is definitely is a lot. It's not that much of a contact sport for you, especially for females, because they call it
Right.
like everything they call out of house for females. Yeah.
Right. But I'm gonna say two things. One, I always I like engaging. So Khadijah, Ka, Kaja, sorry, Miss Davis. What sport did you? I'm sorry, because I hate when people mess my name up. Did I say it
It's
right?
kind of
Kaja.
hard to mess your name up though, Coach Bree. You can't mess your name up.
People. Oh no, people say Brianna. Um, where I get Brianna, and it's really easy if you just look at it. But
My
I'm
name's
trying to
Sheila.
sound out. Yeah. So I'm trying to look at her name, Kaja Davis. Is that how you say it? Right? Is that how you say it?
She said it's
That's fine.
fine.
Okay. All right. Miss Davis. So lacrosse. What school did you go to, or do you go to?
Oh, oh yeah, I like lacrosse too. And when since I got into college, that's when I finally learned what lacrosse actually was. And
Hmm.
I've been to a couple females lacrosse games, and I've been to a couple male lacrosse games too. And lacrosse is like a good sport. It's like field hockey, and it's
Yeah.
like
A
you
lot of
got
people say it's like basketball too. I never really played lacrosse at that capacity, so
I I
I
wouldn't
don't
say
know.
it's like basketball, but
Mhm.
it's definitely more like it's nowhere near basketball. It's really like field hockey.
Okay.
Like you literally got to pull a net. You got to put that ball inside. You got to put the ball inside the net, and then cradle it, and then run down the field. Ask Marquay. Marquay play. He plays lacrosse. He can tell you more about lacrosse than I can. But you gotta get the
Okay.
ball to the other side, and like some players can't go across some certain lines without getting the penalty, and they be in penalty boxes. I don't really know about lacrosse like that, but I know it's a good sport, and I like to
Right.
watch it. So yeah.
Right. Another thing I thought was interesting is the physical therapy. So just recently, I had some real tragic things happen in my life, which was a real huge transition for me. My mother had a stroke in April, and I knew that I wanted to go back to school and to get my doctorate degree, but I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to get it in. And I think that physical therapy is definitely something that I've grown passionate about because of my mom situation. And just the thought of having my own facility one day, I'm going to continue to speak that into existence. But the thought of
Manifestation.
having my own facility with some basketball courts, I thought that me going back to get a doctorate degree in physical therapy could help out athletes, stroke patients, people who just want to be physically fit and stuff like that. So I definitely could appreciate you all being interested in physical therapy. And again, like that's another avenue that you don't have to necessarily, oh, I played basketball, I played lacrosse, so I want to do physical therapy. You can help throughout all the sports, and you can also gain experience, even if you don't necessarily know if you want to do it, but and you might be in criminal justice, but like Coach Johnson, he may be managing the basketball team now. He has experience because he's constantly in a training room. He's constantly talking to constantly working with athletes. So now he has that experience of what it's like to be in that field as far as physical therapy. and taking care of athletes. So I thought that was cool as well.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the NIL rule is basically the name, image, and likeness rule that the NCAA has put in place.
Yeah,
So
they just put
basically,
that in place.
yeah, so what that basically means is that prior to, if Coach Johnson, he played for Morgan State, and I work for Gatorade. Okay, and I've been watching Coach Johnson play since he was in the eighth grade. He's now a freshman in college. I want to sponsor him, and I want to put his face on a Gatorade bottle, and I want to sell it at a camp, a all boys shooting camp. So
Oh, that'd
like
be so
for
nice.
yeah, that
That'd
it
be so
sounds
nice.
ideal. I'm speaking it into existence.
Yeah, speaking to this, I
Um,
like it.
so let's like before this year, Coach Johnson would lose his eligibility with the NCAA if that was to happen. So now, with the NIL rule with the NCAA, Coach Johnson can actually make money off of Gatorade and them putting him on their product. So a lot of student athletes now can actually make money off of their name versus it going to
Mhm.
the institutions
Mhm.
and not being marketable at all. I see a lot of people getting sponsors with skincare lines. Yes, that's
Yes.
happening.
Or
That's
teeth.
happening. Yep, yep. And or athletic wear. That was like the easiest thing when it first came out. I know this girl. I know she calls herself an athlete. Okay, let me say this right. An athleticpreneur. It's kind of like entrepreneur and athlete put together.
Athletic.
And I
I
thought
like that. I like that.
athleticpreneur, athleticpreneur. So, and I like it too. And I actually stole her thing. I didn't quite steal. I borrowed. I took. I didn't steal. I took,
We
and
borrowed.
I borrowed. But I didn't say. I said a sports entrepreneur. I use sports entrepreneur. So it's kind of different.
A sportspreneur.
Sportspreneur. But
There we go.
I definitely was inspired by her. Shout out to her. I know this is going to go on YouTube. Her name is let me go back to her page because I want to make sure I shout her out.
And Gemma was like, "We need Coach on the bottle commercial." Hey man, look, I've been trying. Like, if I can get on Gatorade, I'm gonna be famous. Like me, Heart Smiles, we leaving Baltimore because if I get on the Gatorade bottle, if I get on the Gatorade commercial or Nike commercial, y'all gonna see me out there like this.
You know what? So her name is CEO D Will, and she
Mm,
sells. She her brand is called Gifted Cultures, and it's really good. I mean,
mm-hmm.
she has some really good quality um, shirts, sweatsuits.
And can
Um,
you say that one more time so we can put that in the chat as well? Can somebody put
yes,
that
it's
Instagram name in the chat?
yeah. So it's CEO D Will. Am I I don't think I can go in the chat. Can I go in
No,
the chat?
somebody listen to the live. Will put it in the chat for us.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
CEO
did I
dot D
do?
will know. So let's definitely get that in the chat
Yeah.
so we can. Anybody else who want to follow her and get in contact with her, you definitely can reach out to her as well. You want to make sure that
Yeah.
we have access to as well.
She is definitely, and she's still a college athlete. Actually, she's still a college athlete. She just got her master's at Iowa, and
Hey,
she
well,
just transitioned to a school in California to play ball during her while she gets her master's. So she's
I
doing
like that.
very very well. And so I say that to say when she relaunched her brand. She made a she made like a college list. So she reached out to a lot of college players and made them ambassadors to her brand, which was very, very smart because they were able to basically gauge their NIL, I guess you would say, their NIL engagement to promote her brand on their campus. And then, she would start giving them free gear and getting them free gear, put her brand out there for other people to see her brand, and now they would buy it. So it was is a good thing. Hold on, I'm just gotta make sure
Definitely. And
I'm
y'all,
back.
and like when y'all do sports, um, you know, I would say to just put it this way, because I didn't see a lot of my athletes do it, and I can see a lot of my athletes get ineligible for this exact reason. But when you're in
Mm.
sports, make sure you have the balance of time with your sports and also balance your time with school as well. Don't just I understand that you guys like if anybody want to do basketball, lacrosse, volleyball. Definitely practice, condition, do everything you can. But also, when it's time to actually dive down in the school, you got to do in the schoolwork as well. Because without the school, you can't be an athlete. It's actually called a student athlete. You got to be a student
Yep.
before you can be an athlete. And it comes with GPAs. It comes with certain credit hours. It comes with certain community service hours as well. I don't. Not all schools do it, but I know some schools you have to have certain community service hours to continue to be an athlete. And certain credits and passing all your classes with attendance and stuff like that. So definitely balance your time out with like just with your schoolwork, but also balance your time out with sports as well too, because you don't want to be ineligible when the season comes as well.
Yep. And I think that that's a great segue for me to um, talk about the NCAA. So I don't know. Okay, can y'all see that? Can you
No,
see
not
that
yet.
right?
Nope. You gotta share your
No,
screen.
I thought I was sharing it. Stop. Okay,
Yeah,
I just stopped sharing it. Now I'm
yeah.
about to
Just
share
stop.
it again. Can you
Soul was
see
like,
it?
Soul said, I know this is random, but I saw like in basketball after I watched Coach Carter. Hey, Coach Carter's a good movie, and Coach Carter was giving it to him the real way. So yeah, I definitely want to agree how you say you like basketball after watching Coach Carter, because Coach Carter, that's a real coach. I'm trying to be like him when I get older, making movies and stuff.
Yeah. So what happened with that? Okay, I didn't mean to go to Young Boy. Okay, wait.
Not young boy, y'all.
Is Young Boy? What is up with Young Boy? Painting his face. Can anybody put me down with that? Is that about to
Hey,
be a
I
new
saw it
trend?
today too. I saw it today after when I came back to school, and I was just like,
What
I
is
don't
going
really know too
on?
much about that.
So
So
okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna share this again because I don't know where it just went. I just had this page up, the NCAA
Hey, it's
eligibility.
cool. And also, real quick, as Coach Bree looking for her page as well, I'm gonna talk about the adversities and playing sports as well. So one thing I want to talk about. So I know a lot of student athletes that's on campus, and it'll be they'll have problems where they had to quit because they had to do with moms, they had to do like take care of moms, or they have to worry about school, or they got to worry about like different bills and finding a job and things like that. Definitely, when you have adversities and stuff like that, definitely still look at your sport. You might not be able to do the sport in the season, but definitely, don't ever like count the sport out. And I would say don't count the sport out because this I would well not for, oh, for me put it this way, for me sport is my outlet. And when I have like my tough times and like when I have my and I think Coach Pre can testify to this as well. But like when I'm actually going through it, I'm in my head a lot. I tend to go to sports, basketball. I ran cross country, so probably go for a run, go for a walk, things like that. But still go back to the sport. Still have that sport, still do something that involves that sport to keep your mind out of the adversity that you're going through. Because tough times are going to come. That's just life. That's how life is. But you never want to basically count out something that you started because of the tough time that you had. Now if sports is like if it's affecting you negatively and you're not passionate for it anymore, then that's something you want to talk about yourself. But definitely don't count out the sport because it definitely helps you out in the long run as well. And another thing, real quick, before Coach Pre hops back on, I also want to talk about how a lot of people are now losing their passion for their sport. And I didn't see a lot of people quit because of the passion of that sport. Like I got a friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but this man, he's really nice in football. Like his stats was he was like the best quarterback in Maine. And once he came down here, like the quarterback, like this, once he came to school down here, they switched his position to being quarterback to wide receiver. So he had to basically, relearn the whole playbook, and had to basically find out from like new coaches, and basically like adapt to a new lifestyle and basically to a new position. And he just stopped going to practice one time, and I was like, why you stop going to practice? Like, what's going on? And he was like, I just lost a feeling for football. And I was like, what do you mean you lost a feeling for football? He was like, I'm not interested anymore. And I had to basically like break down and get into his mental. And I was like, what do you mean like you're not interested? And it's like basically they say he was basically saying like once you do something for a long period of time, it's like you get old with it. And once it get old to you, you don't love it anymore. And I understood him. I didn't understand him when he said that, but it was more to the point. It was more to the point of, and I asked him. I was like, "But wasn't basketball like your outlet? Wasn't basketball not? I'm sorry, not basketball. Wasn't football something that keep you calm? Wasn't football always there when you had like your tough times, like your mom, or you couldn't like you didn't want to go home? Like football was always there. So I told him I was like, if you don't want to do football, at least do a sport. Because sports is always going to be there. Sports are always going to help you, for like depression, anxiety, stuff like that. So, once you have like those tough times and you like really invested into a sport, definitely go play your sport. Definitely go use that to your advantage, but definitely don't like if you fall off the sport that you love, definitely keep it close. You don't have to actually play the sport for a season or play the sport for a team, but keep it close. Keep it somewhere so as though you like I can always come back to it. You never want to X out something that actually that helped you out in the future in the past because that'll be out in the future as well.
I thought chat with Bree. Hey Bree. I thought that was some good comments and some good feedback that you said. She said people don't understand the mental toll and capacity it takes to stay in love with your sport. She
Mm,
said, and sometimes other people, such as coaches, just make things even worse by bringing their negative energy and putting it on you.
yes, and I just had that same conversation with one of my players yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday we had a game, and like the plan was she was having a good game, but like she was doing some she was messing up, and like you could see that she was messing up, and she was like she took it like she recognized she was messing up, but the coach was like yelling and yelling, and she was getting mad. She was talking back to the coach, and one thing I want to say is because I had it too when I was in high school. When your coach is I'm putting like matter of fact, Coach Bree, you take that toll. You take that. Like how do you deal when your coach is yelling at you and you're in mid game? Like what's something that you do? Like how do you tone that out? Because for me, I just
Mhm.
didn't listen. Like I listened to what the play was going to be for the next play, how we was going to win the game, but I never listened to how when the coach is like, you gotta do this, that, and that, blah, 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 and they be yelling at you, yelling at you, yelling at you, because I know that could be stressful.
So, I mean, things were a little different for me because I'm a point guard. So, with that being said,
She see the whole floor.
grooming into the point guard position, that's like the most leadership position you can be outside of the coach. So, I was brought up in the early stages of my career that everything was your fault. Like you're the point guard, you're the one that's on the floor, that's the coach that's on the you're dictating the game. Like you set the tempo. So for me, I developed tough skin because so I always thought that it was always my fault. So I try to internalize it by if it was or wasn't my fault to always be pouring into my teammates. So that's
Mhm.
how I internalize my coaches yelling at me. Okay, Briera messed up, or Coach Bree turned the ball over, or I passed it to one of my big men. It went through their hands. What am I supposed to do? They should have caught it. It's not my fault. Well, okay, even if it is or not, I learned how to communicate with the people around me. So when I was getting in trouble or if I was doing something that my coach didn't like, I had the trust of my teammates that would build me back up. So as a leader,
Okay.
yeah, so as a leader, it's important to just instill positive energy within the people that you're going to war with.
Right.
Because not always are you going to be the one that's at your best. So, and that's the beauty about playing a team sport. Like you don't always have to be 100% at your best and compete because you have other teammates that can pull you up and to encourage you and to pick up where you lack. And I think that in at each phase in my life, I've always had teammates that really cared about me and really kind of reflected the energy that I gave off to them. So if I was down or if I was getting in trouble or if I was doing something that maybe cost us the game. I don't know anything like that, but I always had teammates to kind of pick me up to kind of offset what our coach was talking about. So because at the end of the day, these are the people that you want to floor with. Like these are the people
Facts.
you going to floor with.
Mhm.
So the coach is only seeing things from a particular lens, whereas you as the point guard and you and your teammate are actually can camaraderie and go through everything on your within being on the floor. So I think that, but in the same breath, I had an awful experience, and during my college career, my freshman and sophomore year, where my coach just you know, and I'll say this, athlete or not, go to college where you are wanted. You don't go to what you have left. That's why it's so important to be on these leadership calls so you can develop a sense of confidence about yourself where like, okay, if my parents are not going to be able to pay for this, if I got to go through financial aid to get to this, if I have to go through working as hard as I can to get a scholarship, I don't
Right.
want to be fumbling and going back and forth senior year. You have the opportunity now to put the footwork in now, whether
Mm.
you want to be a student athlete, or just a student, to see what program best fits you. Some people don't want to go to an all black school. Some people will do better at a predominantly white school. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Some people don't want to go to a predominantly white school. They want to go where they see people that look like them. With that makes them look better. But maybe the predominantly white school is going to give you more money. So you got to go where you are wanted, and go where you're going to be the most successful. I think that's the biggest part about it, because sometimes, Bree, people get recruited, right? And you might be getting recruited, but you might were like, for me in college, I was a lot of HBCUs don't be trying to give the black kids no money. That's true too.
That's true.
That's true. That's true. But also we have to, as a community, we gotta start putting stuff in place for us to have our own funding when we're transitioning
Into
to
college.
college. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so a lot of that is a lot of that a lot of it can be some systematic racism, but also we have to prep. We got to do a better job at prepping financially on going to college,
Right.
So that's just what it is as well. But I forgot what I was saying as far as like the what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Bree
It's-
Bree got some good stuff that she's saying in this chat, and it's
yeah.
throwing me
She was
off.
like. She was
I
like, she
love it.
played basketball in elementary and then until the 11th grade. And once she fully started playing with the varsity, the coach and the team just had so much negative energy, and she just couldn't be around that. So now she focused on softball, A-grade. And I commend you because, first of all, you took the initiative where so you saw the negative energy and then you took yourself out of it. So we want to commend you for doing that as well. But also, be the person that changed that. Be the person that changed negative energy around, that bring the positive energy around as well too. Because that could have been the only part of missing to the team. It could have been you. You could have been the missing puzzle where so you could have bring your positive energy, your positive leadership, because we know you got it, you breathe. But you could bring that to the team, and then you could have changed the team around. You could have changed the perspective around with the team as well. So when you see negative energy, try to see if you can bring your positive energy as well, and try to basically enlighten the team before you just fully just back away from it as well. But definitely do softball as well. They got softball here at my school as well. I mean, I never been to a softball game. I think it's just baseball, where it's just a ball that's softer for females that hit the ball. Hey, I don't.
Bree, what year are you in now? Are
Yeah,
you in
that's.
12th
I
grade?
think. I think she's a senior in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, what school are you at?
That's a good question. That's a
Mm.
good question. And I believe Coppin. I believe she's a senior at Coppin.
Coppin Academy?
Coppin Academy. I think. But
Okay.
don't. Oh,
Polly.
Polly.
We're going. Okay,
Polly.
Polly. Okay.
Polly. My
Okay,
fault.
okay,
Why did I
okay.
think she go to Coppin? My fault. Polly. Polly. Polly.
All
Polly.
right, that sounds good. So, all right, so I think Bree is going to be my sample person that I'm gonna use the example out of. But okay, so Bree, now that you've transitioned to And I'm not throwing no shade, Bree, but I'm a city night, but I love you. I love you, so it's all
I don't.
good.
I don't. We don't even like City right now because y'all just beat Douglas in basketball yesterday. Like it was 81-54. Like, and I felt
Well,
some
what
type
did
of
you
way
think it was
about
gonna
that.
be?
I felt.
What did
I
you
felt
think it
some
was
way
gonna
about
be?
that. I felt some way about that, but it's crazy. Hey, Gemma, look, I apologize. The Polytechnical
Oh,
Institution, my fault.
Polly deep in here.
Yeah, they deep. And
Ah,
yeah. Hey, I went to
I
Douglas.
knew,
I went to
I
Douglas, and
knew
I'm
it was
proud.
something about this chat. But back to what Bree was saying, like, okay, so like you saying that you transitioned to softball now. Do you think you want to play softball in college?
Good question. Good question. Good question. Good question.
And if so, Bree, if you could tell me how would like maybe like one or two ways you think that would could help you prep for you playing softball in college.
She
Like
said
what are
yes.
maybe so what are maybe like one or two things that you could do to prep for college softball?
Right, right. Yeah, because college softball, it ain't no joke. They be out there 6 o'clock in the morning when we had cross country practice and night practicing too. So yeah.
Yeah. It's actually becoming a really, really prominent sport. I think they just built the first women's softball arena in Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
I know that is a girl from South Carolina that's really, really good that plays on that team that I follow just from a fashion standpoint. Um, and she's been blogging about just softball and the game actually growing, what it looks like and stuff like that. So I really just have to start training. A lot of coaches are looking for pitches, and that's my main position. Okay, cool. So this is the perfect. You're gonna be my guinea pig real quick, Bree. So Bree is wanting to play softball in college. As you can you can tell that she's already done her research because she knows that a lot of coaches are looking for pitchers. She know that that's her thing. So the thing that I would tell you to do right now is to you said you're a senior, right? I would tell you to go on the NCAA website and I would tell you to go to their eligibility center. And when you go to their eligibility center, they're going to tell you what you need to be NCAA certified. Okay,
Yes.
what
Yes.
how can you pass and how can you clear the NCAA clearinghouse? And on that, it will tell you all the classes that you needed, your classes that you would need in ninth grade, the classes that you would need in 10th grade, junior year, and senior year. It'll break. I know, like for example, you need like 4 years of English. You need 4 years of math. You may need 3 years of social studies, 3 years of science, physical education, stuff like that.
And
So,
passing.
and you
Eight.
have to pass. You
Yes.
know, because
Let's get that because y'all think
according
y'all
to
just
your
took the class. Y'all just because you took the class that is gonna count. No, no, no. If you don't take the class, and I had to learn that too. I had to learn that too in college too. Because you can fail a class in college. You can fail a class in high school and just be and just probably skate past it. But in college, you can't fail a class in college and think you're just gonna skate past it because you're gonna need them credits. They gonna come in the long run.
yes.
They gonna
And
come in
that
the
and
long
like I
run.
was saying earlier, like if you are not passing your classes, it's costing money. You don't pass your class in high school. I mean, I think you go to summer school now. It costs money. I'm not sure, but I know that like in college, those are $1,000, $1,500 classes. You know, like that you wouldn't have to repeat. I never forget in college I had to take accounting and Spanish. Oh man, I think I had to take accounting 3 times, and I had to take
Wow.
Spanish. Yeah, accounting is no
Wow.
joke. It's like math with words, but it's very
Math
sig-
words.
it's very significant though. Like you need accounting to understand money management and how you spending your money, where you going, and it's definitely something that you want to know. It's not nothing you want to like cheat through or like you definitely want to understand accounting. But in saying that, back to Bree, you said now that you are on it with the NCAA clearinghouse, now
I do go about
that's
checking
where I
scouts.
That's where I was going, Bree. That's where I was
Yo, Bree,
going.
you on
So
point today, Bree. Yo, shout out to Bree
yeah,
for y'all. Shout out
I'm
to Bree for
loving
being on
it.
point today for us,
Okay.
y'all.
I'm gonna have to send you some gear. All right. So, how do you go about attracting scouts? So I don't know if you on a travel team, but let's say you're not on a travel team, which is kind of like something like AAU, right? But your next step is to get a trainer. So a lot of stuff that's going on right now in the sports and in the sports world, especially with youth sports, people are getting trainers, right? And my thing is, I have no problem with training. Okay, I have no problem with training, right? But the thing about training is, like, you don't want to have a trainer that don't have any access. You want to have a trainer that said, okay, I got this girl Bree at Poly. I train her twice a week, and they can call at least 3 to 4 coaches on your behalf. You don't want to go to a trainer that don't have a network, because if you're not into a travel team or on a, or in like a circuit where you're playing once a week, once a month, you need somebody that's going to advocate for you and to send your film out when you are at school, and to, show the rub against certain people and say, hey, I got this kid that's really passionate and that's really good at what she does. So I think the best thing to attract scouts is you could do your homework by one, getting you a trainer, and by two, going on the internet and basically looking at, maybe just start with 3 to 5 schools. 3 to 5 schools, look at their roster. Look at the people who play your position. Are they sophomores? Do you really want to go into college going behind a freshman? Or do you want to go into college and you see on their roster, oh, they got 2 junior pitchers. So their scholarships are going to be looking for, pitchers that's coming in, because by the time you come in, they're going to be seniors. So you want to look at that
Right.
roster to see if this coach is even looking to even have pitchers come in for the next season. And I don't know where, as far as academics, maybe you look at different schools where they might not be as prestigious athletically, but you can still maybe get funding through your academics and play the sport. Because the ultimate goal with this conversation has been so helpful. Okay, Sydney, thank you, girl.
Yes,
I have to
and we
wait
got we got three
5 minutes.
minutes left too. Like
All
three
right.
minutes. So we gotta say our
So
jewels too. So yeah.
okay, cool. So I know I didn't really get to the NCAA stuff, but I'm gonna just go quick. It's gonna be so quick. Hold on,
Okay,
because I
okay, copy
found
that. Hey, y'all, again, Bree,
like
thanks. Shout
30
out to
seconds.
Bree for coming on here with us today. Being more
Thank
engaged with
you.
us.
Thank y'all for having me. I
Thank you.
really I enjoy coming here all the time. I tell Joni all the time that I'm so grateful to have come in contact with her, and just like, I love hold on. Coach Johnson is just like seriously, on some real stuff, like this is a great program, and you all are really getting like top notch quality people to come in here and speak with y'all. Like, this is good stuff. This is just good stuff. All right. So you seen that? So okay, let me come down. Okay, so this is the president, Mark Emmerich. I actually got to meet Mark. He's a cool guy, but he kind of got into some things over the last few years, just as far as promoting women's sports in general. I don't know if you all seen the NCAA March Madness. The difference between the NCAA men's March Madness and the NCAA women's March Madness, and
We
how
did see that.
different their
We see that.
experiences was, which was really ridiculous. So these are some of the sports. The NCAA have 24 sports, 24 sports across Division 1 and 2 and 3, with 45 championships administered for women, 42 administered for men. Um, Scholarships, thinking of going pro, 3 divisions right there. Also talk about time management. Because Coach Johnson was talking about this earlier. What it takes to be a Division 1 athlete. You go through strength and conditioning, workouts, practice, film, competitions. That's just what you have to do with your team. That's not even talking about academics. Um, what else? I wanted to get down to.
Look, we
Okay,
got
so this is the
1 minute
timeline.
left. 1 minute.
Okay, perfect. Because this is this is the gold stuff right here. All right,
Gotcha.
Bree,
Yep,
you
there it
listening?
is.
You there? Bree, you there? Gemma, you there? Okay. So ninth grade, right? So ninth grade, you want to start planning now. Take the right courses. Find your high school's list of the NCAA approved core courses at the eligibility center .org. You register for a free profile page account at the eligibilitycenter.org. This is what you need to be doing ninth grade year. 10th grade, you want to, if you fall behind academically, you want to ask your counselor for help finding approved courses you can take. You want to monitor the task list in your eligibility center account because once you make an account, they're going to tell you the classes that you're taking. You're going to put it, implement it in the, you're going to put it in the system, and they're going to keep a track of what you're actually taking and what you're doing. 11th grade year, you're going to check with your counselor and make sure you are on track with your core courses. You're going to ensure your sport participation information is correct, and you're going to take your SAT or ACT. At the end of the school year, you'll ask your counselor for each of your high school. For each high school you have attended to upload your official transcript to the eligibility center.
Uh-oh. Did she go out?
Did
There you
I
go.
go out?
There you go. You back. You back.
All right. We're talking about 12th grade, and when we're done. All right, so 12th grade, you're going to complete your NCAA approved core courses. You're going to take the SAT again if you need to. And the SAT is based off of your grades. So if you have good grades, the SAT is not that important.
She goes out every time when she shared that screen, y'all. Coach Bree, can you hear us? Y'all, look. Don't screenshot my coach, y'all. Look. Don't screenshot her, y'all. Coach Bree, can you hear us? Oh, man. Y'all, look, we had a good session today. Shout out to Coach Bree for coming on here with us today. Shout out for Bree for giving engaging with us for me and Coach Bree. It's always somebody, it's always somebody want to come. It's always something when we giving out the good knowledge and the good jewels. So I hate that. Coach Bree, you gotta come back. You gotta come back. You gotta come back. She was talking about the 12th grade. You actually graduate. You'll basically be NCAA eligible. And then when you go to the school, you'll miss like a whole different. Once you go to your college, you'll have like a whole process. Your coach
I'm so
basically.
sorry.
There you go. There you go. Go ahead. There you go.
That's nobody but the devil. I'm trying to
Ain't
tell
nobody
you.
but the devil. You give her the good
I'm trying
knowledge.
to tell you. But okay, I'm happy that I'm happy that I was able to at least share that part with you all. I really enjoyed it. I know it was your turn. I know I'm out of time, but I definitely want to
Yeah,
be
just
here
give you.
when you drop in the jewels.
Yeah, give your jewels first. You get your jewels, and I get my jewel.
No, you do yours first, and then I'm gonna come after you.
I gotta close out, Coach. Coach B.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop two jewels.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
One, we got to get proactive. We got to be
Yeah.
proactive right now. All right. We can't wait to our senior year. We can't wait to take out SAT scores wherever you at in your process. I want you to take your time out, write down some goals. It's the fourth quarter. We're about to go into a new year, a new first quarter, right? And I need you to write down your goals because we're going to be killing it in the first quarter. Okay, so we need to be proactive. We need to be proactive. The second jewel that I'm going to say is stay confident. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of distractions. There's so many reasons to quit. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to quit. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
everybody would be doing this stuff. Everybody be on these calls if they were leaders. So let's just get that clear. So everybody is not leaders, and everybody don't have what you have. Everybody on this call that's listening to me, that's listening to Coach Johnson, that's in this Heart Smiles program, is a special group of people, and we can't take that for granted. So we have
Right.
to continue to stay confident in whatever it is that we do. If that is playing softball, if that is being a youth leader, if that's being a good sister, a good daughter, good son, we just got to continue to stay confident in what we are passionate about, and and what we are yeah, what we passionate about and what we can do. So those are my two jewels.
Man, let me get my jewel real quick. Again, Coach Bree, thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on. My jewel is to have the mentality of the sport. And what I mean by that is, once you get to the sport, let it don't. Once you get to the sport, Once you get to the sport, let it positively affect your mental. If the sport is negatively affecting your mental, get out of the sport. Get out of it. You don't want nothing to negatively affect your mental. And have the sport as your outlet, because sports can definitely help out with like any stress and anxiety and depression. So definitely have the mind and the mentality of the sport as well. But again, Coach Bree, thank you for coming out. Coach Bree, you can drop your info. Go to YouTube and you can drop your info in the chat because we want a lot of people to see
Okay,
you in the
for
chat. But
sure.
thank you for coming
Yes.
out again. So
I am
sorry we
looking.
ran over time.
Can I shout out? Can I make one shout out?
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
looking for people who want to do communications. Like, so I'm looking for. I'm having a middle school girls basketball league. I'm looking for somebody
Opportunities,
who.
y'all.
I'm looking for somebody that's interested in being an MC. I'm looking for somebody that's interested in doing interviews. I'm interested in somebody who might be interested in doing interview, like writing up interviews, like um little like one pagers about girls basketball in general. So
Okay.
anybody that's looking to be a journalist, looking to get into communications, please. And you know what? Let me get on here right now so I can put my thing in the chat.
So y'all look, opportunities, law, opportunities. How can they contact you? Is it DM? Can they text your number or something like that? Because they want to make sure they can contact you as well. In the chat as well. But y'all, we
Right.
definitely sorry for running over time. Ms. Joni, you probably watching this. We went over time a little bit, but it was a good session. It was a good session. It was a good session. But y'all, we really appreciate y'all for coming on here. Coach Bree gonna drop her stuff in the chat so y'all can definitely contact her about being in communications with her as well. But I really had a good time today. I really had a good time today with Coach Bree.
Okay, so I just dropped it in there.
Awesome.
It's always a pleasure being a part of Heart Smiles. I am always honored to be here, and I will always pick up the phone and be here whenever you all call me because I think this group and this organization is just so special, and I love what you are doing, Joni, and I love what you're doing. I love that you're staying consistent, even 8 hours away. You know what I'm saying? Like that speaks volumes to just what this program is about and how it really enlightens our youth leaders just to become more than what even we actually even dream of. So did everybody got my information? Is girls doing
Um,
better? Is my Instagram, did it go on there?
and also, guys, if you guys want to talk to Coach Bree, hit me up too. I got her information as well, and also hit up Camry as well too. So, but definitely make sure your information get out for the night.
All right, this is
Uh,
awesome.
awesome, y'all. So again, thank you guys for coming out. We ran 8 minutes over. Sorry, Miss Joni. You're a busy person. But really, we thank you guys. Thank you, Coach Bree. Thank everybody's in the chat, and you guys have a good night. We see you guys there on tomorrow actually for Thriving Thursday too. So me see y'all tomorrow for Thriving Thursday, and I'll see y'all guys next week for the Wednesday.
No problem. Y'all have a good one. I hope everybody have a great week. Hey, it's a great week to be great. Okay, so don't let that go over your head. Okay, it's a great week to be great. So thank
Amen.
y'all for having me one more time, and I will be in touch. I'm never far. If you need to hit me up or want to talk to me, ask me, pick my brain about anything, please do not hesitate. Um, I'm very, very personable. I love, giving back to the youth. I love engaging with you all, and this is a treat for me. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Come on, put your hot smiles harder today. Hey, she got it, y'all. All right, y'all, we out of here for the day. So we see y'all on Thursday tomorrow.
All right. How do you